On this episode of Art Loft, let us be your tour guide to the arts of Little Haiti.
We tour around with local artist Marcus Blake, who has a really cool style called tapenology, where he uses tape to make these really cool geometric murals that you can find all around town.
And we're going to discover the sounds of the neighborhood at the Little Haiti Cultural Complex.
Plus, some pretty cool behind-the-scenes interviews that you won't want to miss. Let's check it all out.
Art Loft is brought to you by
Where there is freedom, there is expression. The Florida Keys and Key West.
the Miami-Dade County Tourist Development Council, the Miami-Dade County Department of Cultural Affairs, and the Cultural Affairs Council, the Miami-Dade County Mayor, and the Board of County Commissioners, and by the Friends of South Florida PBS.
Hi, I'm Jamani Anamdi.
And I'm Lolo Reskin, and from the Little Haiti neighborhood of Miami.
This right here, this is Art Loft. We're here in the heart of the neighborhood at the Little Haiti Cultural Complex, a perfect place for a stop on our tour that's steeped in history.
Originally known as Lemon City, after the lemon groves that are now long gone, Little Haiti gained its current name in the late 1970s when many Haitian immigrants settled here.
What flourished from the diverse and complex histories of those Afro-Caribbean immigrants is an area rich in original art and a lot of public art that's available to all.
One place providing that access to art to people from Miami as well as to tourists is right here at the complex. It's got a gallery, a theater, workshop spaces, and much more. It's really an incredible community space.
And we're here in the Caribbean Marketplace now, and there's so much more art to see and hear. Let's check it out.
The Little Haiti Cultural Complex is a perfect place to get that basic one-on-one education about Haitian culture. Woo! Terry Lewis. I'm one of the coordinators for the Sounds of Little Haiti. The music fits very well. Without the music aspect, you kind of feel like you're missing something. If you want to learn and understand about the culture, music is an important component. Sounds of Little Haiti serves up this free outdoor event, which is a family-friendly vibe. We wanted to put something together for the Haitian diaspora, the local Miamians, and also for tourists. We've hosted Michel Martelly, which is the former president of Haiti. His band is called Sweet Mickey. We've hosted Wyclef Jean. So the bands ranges from local bands to international bands. We're hosting a band by the name of Passion. The band usually ranges from 3 to 5 and sometimes 10 people that plays in the one band, which you have the drummer, you have the singer, of course, you have a trumpet player, you have the keyboard player, and you have the artist that plays the congas. And at times you do find bands that have a beat or two different from the other, but they're common sounds. It's compa music, which is the Haitian name for Haitian music. Both my parents are from Haiti. I was born in Miami, so I'm first generation Haitian American. So when I need a piece of home, and we're talking about Haiti, of course, this place here, this Mecca that we have here that is so rich, this is a piece of home away from home.
Marie Vickles, Curator in Residence, Little Haiti Cultural Complex. The Elusive Master, featuring the work of Emmanuel Mercier. It's showcasing and highlighting an artist that he is a master in his own right. The body of work that he has created over the course of his 90 years here, it really can be looked at as a canon of work that an artist from Haiti who came here in the 60s, created in response to the time that he lived in and that bridge between modern and contemporary. So the elusive master also speaks to the fact that he wasn't really well known outside of certain kind of specific circles. Well-known international artists like Picasso, like Chagall, those definitely inspired his work. And you can see it, like when you look at it right straight away, some of the colors, some of the compositions. For me, I really see like the connection with Chagall's work. I see like this flow of motion and energy within the paintings. For me, that really stands out. Another an artist that really inspired Merisier was Wilfredo Lam, a fellow Caribbean artist, a Cuban artist. So that connection that we always see, at least within the art world as we study Haitian artists, there's a lot of connection that sometimes is not mentioned, but between artists from Haiti and Cuba, which for us, again, in Miami is really special too. So this work is entitled In Memory of Wilfredo Lam, and it is a tribute to the artist Wilfredo Lam, who was an inspiration to the work of Emmanuel Merisier. The way that he has painted this as a tribute to someone who has passed on, it's so full of life. There's also like some very like intense mystical and spiritual qualities to this. The element of remembrance of someone who has passed, of course you can see that in the cross that is above the figure's head, and then the symbols of the animals, the snakes, the goat, the leaves point to life, nature, all these things that are still very much alive, which kind of leads one to wonder, you know, like as a tribute, this is such a bold and kind of energetic piece. Even though it's for someone who has passed on from this physical realm, there's still a really strong element of life to it. The symbols are, in a way, like his own language. You know, some of them are definitely inspired by Haitian voodoo and how he interprets them within his own then story, or his own language as an artist becomes a way of him like interjecting his personal and cultural significance within the art. This is the first time his works are being shown in its entirety, and this collection and group of works. This is the first time that they're shown all together and shown by themselves as a part of a solo exhibition. It's been amazing. I want to say that we're so grateful to the Waterloo Center for the Arts in Iowa, which provided us with the loan of all this work. So that is, without a doubt, something that makes us very proud to have this exhibition here at the Little Haiti Cultural Complex. He's still alive. He is 90 years old. So he has lived a long life full of art. Not an easy life, perhaps, but he has definitely lived his dream as an artist to make the work and to be, through exhibitions like this and others, to be recognized for his talent and his skill.
Sounds of Little Haiti is every third Friday night, and it's free and open to the public right here at the Cultural Complex. Now, the gallery always has a new exhibition and is also free.
The mural here that often serves as the backdrop to these immersive sound experiences was painted by the celebrated Haitian artist Ralph Allen. He's committed his career to public art, and his paintings often depict 20th century politics and life in Haiti.
We meet Marcus Blake, an artist who lives here in Little Haiti, and now his philosophy is his art should be exactly where he is.
And he's making everyday buildings come alive with color, like this one. He takes us on a tour of some little pockets of the neighborhood that don't always get a ton of exposure. Let's go meet the artist.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Marcus Blake, an artist in Miami, in many mediums. Right now I'm leaning more into just, physical paint at the moment, and I do street art also.
What's the difference between street art and your paintings?
I never went into it to be a street artist, it's like, just my experimentations. Exterior, I was always doing these styles, but interior, on canvas, and just decided to take it public.
Yeah, and now driving around this neighborhood, your art is instantly recognizable and it's everywhere.
I think that's weird, you know? There's a lot of math in it to me, you know? Certain things can only go certain places. It's like nature. Nature has a particular code to build that palm tree. And it's gonna go up and it's gonna split. You know, it's like...
Fractals and...
Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's like if you apply that into art, you know, you're gonna get this, these patterns.
So as you were putting your work up on the walls, street art, the murals, how do you think it affected the neighborhood?
Doing this, as long as I've been doing it now, I now understand the power of art, color, changing a gray wall to a wall full of color that somebody passes by every day, you know, who would walk past that gray wall. And just because it's full with something, it's just like, I think that's my moment right there where they can walk by and then stop. It might be just a whole bunch of swirls, but to stop and think about something else, that's powerful stuff. Or to give this aura of comfort. It's like you can live in a black and white world, or we can live in a
colorful one.
Yeah, man, look at this shirt. Look, this also, I think the core of it, growing up in Miami, you know, like it's literally in the DNA to be colorful.
It's like one of the patterns of the neighborhood.
Right. It's literally, it's part of the neighborhood. They're not my buildings in the first place, you know. And, you know, it's public street art, but from an outside point of view where people who live in the environment and they're like, oh, I saw your art, you know, and it's next to my house, you know, it's their art now. The one on the end of the building down there where there's like a little tax office, a botanical, and the barbershop, you know, they're all done in technology style, but it really feels like it belongs to the barbershop. It's red and white, and like the lines, how a barbershop would be. And then the botanical has this, did a background in blue, and it's all like very tropical, and now it's like, you know, it's theirs.
So we're really excited to be able to share some of your work that we see all the time with everybody else.
All right, let's rock, brother.
Yep.
Dude.
Things like this gate calls me, man.
So what would you do to it?
Just color. I mean, like my gate, each bar is color. I got a lot of ideas for this building, man. Like, or
This one on the corner here?
just the backside.
Do you know what it's gonna be or what it is?
No, she's just sitting on it. She doesn't even know what it's gonna
Just
be.
waiting to see if she wants to sell it or not, kind of thing.
She started construction. I think she got into some city things, and they tagged it up, and it's too much.
So this is the one you were talking about?
Yeah, this is one of them. Yeah, the barbershop, the tax, and the. I think this blue was here, or we added this blue. But that's how I get in machine mode, and I come and recreate the whole thing. It feels, you know, like Little Haiti, or you know, Haitian celebration. You know, like the pinks and the dark blue, and the same. That's one I was talking about. It's really the Haitian flag. Just driving by is the feeling of like it needs something.
Yeah, definitely.
And I show up Sunday morning, and I think it took me 2 days to bang it out.
Here's the important question. What's your favorite kind of tape for tapenology?
So when I first started, it was, I started with this green concrete tape. And it was like, I was like, ooh, it's good. It was too good.
Oh, it's sticky?
Oh my God, it was ripping everything off. So I went to, it's just like regular masking tape.
Do you spray or use a brush?
Spray. I mean, there's different methods, you know, like at this point, there's reversal. You can put the colors down first and start taping. Let the math tell me what's gonna happen. To be out here in my hoodie, sitting on the sidewalk, covered in dirt and mess and paint, and then be inconspicuous, like just be in the environment to listen. To be here, just to sit in front of her botanical and see the flow of what really happens in the environment. I like that part too, you know, like just to be invisible, visibly invisible. So this might be the one that I would say like started all of it. Like this wall taught me a lot. This was like late December, I think 2015, my son was gonna be born. And every single day I was here, you know, I would work like this, like put the tape down and I had literally no fingertips. I had massive balls of tape, but you know, dedication to keep going. You have to finish it. I think it's broken into 3 sections, and each section is completely symmetrical to the next section. So this whole wall is like one image is one image.
Do you ever use a tape measure?
No.
No, that's amazing.
You don't have a tape measure making this straight line?
As I taped it, every night I would leave it every day, and I was like, please don't take off my tape. It would rain, I was patting it out, keeping it dry, and there's days that it rained, you know, and it is all crumbled up, and you know, you gotta replace certain pieces. It taught me a lot. This one wall taught me so much, man. Patience, dedication. It was cold that winter. We're all here on this planet to be here, but it's how do you pass the time being here? So, you know, I pass my time by creating.
Besides driving around the streets of Little Haiti, where online can people find your art?
All my work is documented on Instagram at MDOTBLAKE, M.Blake. For now. Yeah, but yeah, M.Blake is where you find me.
My co-host Lolo has been operating her record store here in Little Haiti since 2005, and she comes from a musical family. I can't wait to find out why she chose this neighborhood for a store and how music has shaped her life and her career. Let's go. Lolo, how you doing? Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Lolo Reskin, my co-host. She is the owner of Sweat Records here in Miami. So you come from a long history of record stores and musicians?
Just music in general. My grandfather Alan was a violin player. My grandmother Joan was actually a violin soloist who toured and put out records and was kind of a pioneering female in that world back in the 40s and 50s,
right.
Which I'm super proud of, obviously. And my dad went to Juilliard for trumpet, and he's still an active working musician and a composer. But my grandfather Alan, back in the day, he had a musical instrument and classical sheet music store in Coral Gables called Allegra Music. So that's like, I'm the second Reskin to open a music store in Miami, even though they didn't do records and we don't do instruments, but same world.
Exactly, yeah. No, that's cool. So this is really nice that you're just keeping the family tradition of music alive.
Yeah, I mean, they really instilled it in me, and I realized thankfully at a very young age that if I didn't have a career that focused on music, I wouldn't be a happy person. When I was 16, I got a job at the Virgin Megastore that used to be in Miami, which was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I was thrilled. I was so happy to be there, and I literally would do any menial task that they asked me for any amount of time. For me, it was an incredible experience, you know, to work in this temple of music that had hundreds of thousands of CDs of genres that I'd never even, you know, thought about.
At that point, did you think, oh, one day I'm gonna have my own record store?
Not in the beginning, but after a few years, and after a few years in the DJ and indie band and nightclub scene, I did sort of start thinking, and basically had a moment where I thought, hey, I want there to be this shop. Why not me? I've sold music to so many people in the city, and I know what the scene's like and what people are interested in.
How did you end up here?
In Little Haiti?
In Little Haiti, yeah.
So we originally opened in 2005 down in what they call Edgewater now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Hurricane Wilma had other ideas for that location, and it was destroyed at the end of 2005. And thankfully, we're actually next door to Churchill's Pub, which is a Miami musical landmark.
Yeah.
It's a British bar that's been here in Little Haiti since 1978. And thankfully, the old owners, after the hurricane destroyed Sweat, offered us a kind of temporary space inside the bar toward the back.
Okay.
So we had a temp space at Churchill's, and then we always knew that we wanted this space that was kind of empty, and we pretty much put dibs on it, and as soon as it became available, moved right in.
So you have the record store. Now you also DJ.
Yeah, definitely. I've been DJing out in public since I was in my teens in high school, and I've done it ever since. I love playing music for people, watching a room. When I first started playing, I was playing some really eclectic music. I was really into music from Japan, and in the late 90s, it was really hard to buy vinyl from Japan, and if you could find a piece, it was like $50 a piece. So I pretty much started on digital just by virtue of necessity, and I continued on that for a while until I switched to pure digital. My record collection is very awesome, and it stays at home where it's nice. Once in a while, I DJ vinyl out, but more for like special occasions or theme sets, but I still love to do it.
Well, Lolo, thanks for sharing your musical history with us. And I see the outside of your building is also an homage to musical history.
Yeah, we call it our wall of idolatry. And, you know, there's a lot of people in music we love that get a lot of credit. We wanted to give some credit to people who don't get as much always. So we have our heroes like Iggy Pop and Grace Jones and Bjork and Prince and people that have made our lives in music better just by being exposed to what they do. So I can't wait to share Jumane's story with you. His dad was actually a gallerist, and he's been carrying on that legacy, first in Chicago and Detroit, then to Wynwood, and now in his new space that's opening up right here in Little Haiti. Let's go see what he has to show us. We're here at the brand new Little Haiti location of Anamdi Contemporary, which is the awesome art gallery run by my fantastic co-host, Jumane. You've been in the arts pretty much your whole life, right?
Well, my father, he started at the GR Anamdi Gallery back in 1981. And his whole thing, he was a developmental psychologist.
Wow.
So he was like, well, you know, the way to really get people to understand their culture and themselves is through the arts. So what I'm gonna do is start a gallery, and I'm gonna get people to collect and preserve their culture through the arts and give them a sense of foundation in themselves. So I grew up with that mentality about the art. So I just really grew up around these great artists who became friends and family to me, and just having the opportunities to see it every day. And I knew one day, well, I thought I was gonna go into education, to tell you the truth, like my mom who started the school. And I realized the kids didn't really listen to me. I was more like a friend. So I said, you know, this is not working. So then I said, well, you know, I want to be in the family business. I'm just so happy. I appreciate art. And, you know, back in '97 when I graduated, my father had opened a new gallery in Chicago. So I went to Chicago. I ran that gallery for 15 years.
Wow.
And I said, you know, I want to open a gallery in a whole new place. And my buddy who lives in Miami, who I went to school with, he had been here since graduation. He said, come to Miami. And I discovered Wynwood. I saw Little Haiti. I wish I would have gotten Little Haiti then, but that's cool. I'm there now. This is my 7th year now.
Tell us a little bit about sort of what your specialties in art are and some of the artists that you work with the most or are the most passionate about at the moment.
Okay, so when the gallery started, we had these master abstractionists like Ed Clark, Frank Bowling, Al Loving, Jack Whitten, Howardina Pindell. And these were artists that are in major museums, and my father was like, yo, we can really get these artists into people's homes. Because you know, you go to a museum, you don't think you can have that at home. And so I still work with those artists today. Like, matter of fact, this is Ed Clark behind us, Frank Bowling's over here. Those artists I still work with, but over time, I've started to branch out younger artists.
So I get asked a lot about my record collection, and now it's my turn to get to ask you about your art collection, which I'm sure is expansive.
Well, I mean, I love collecting art, and that becomes a problem sometimes, I would say, because I keep collecting art. And it's hard for me to sell things sometimes because I'm like, no, I want to keep that. So at this point, I'm really trying to say, okay, this is my collection. These are pieces I'm going to sell. Because like my father has hundreds of pieces art collection. I have a few hundred pieces in my art collection. And that's my #1 passion, collecting art. I mean, the selling is cool, but that's more of a service because I want you to collect art. I want you to have the, find the joy that I find.
So I'm sure with this move to Little Haiti, you've now got plans for just new exhibitions, new events, and maybe new artists you're working with. So tell us a little bit about that.
The whole point is really to bring all the arts together there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be from different generations, different styles. I just really want to make it really a cool, eclectic space that we all can enjoy. I just love the culture there. I feel like the arts are really moving in that direction. I mean, I just love the camaraderie of the galleries in the neighborhood.
Jumane, thank you so much for this incredible tour of your beautiful gallery.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about this one last piece here. This one might belong to your dad.
Yeah,
for
well,
now.
it's his piece. It's artist Ed Clark. He paints with a push broom once you get that stroke. I've been trying to get it from my pops for a little while, so he might sell it to me one day. People always think he just passes down everything. I'm like, no.
No, but you go the right route. And for everyone at home who wants to check out what you have coming up, what's the best place online for them to do
Well,
that?
if you just want to hang out or just appreciate the art, that's all good. nncontemporary.com. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Art Loft. We're going to end our show here in front of a mural by the Color Dreamers. Now, they're a muralist duo who teamed up with the Little Haiti Mural Project to bring us this piece. Now, their aim is to bring beauty to Little Haiti without altering its spirit.
And it's that spirit that the mural duo set out to capture here. The woman in the middle is a saint from the voodoo history of Haiti, and the two kids on her right and left represent youth preparing for the future. For more, connect with us on social media at ArtLoftSFL.
Now, we're going to have a link to all the spots we hit and more, so check us out.
I'm Lola Ruskin.
And I'm Jumane Anamdi. We'll see you next time. Now remember, art imitates life, so do what? Live a beautiful life. Peace.
What does it mean to be? Yes. Balance, 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 balance. What does it mean? Yes. Sigue, 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 sigue. Hey.
Art Loft is brought to you by
Where there is freedom, there is expression. The Florida Keys and Key West.
the Miami-Dade County Tourist Development Council, the Miami-Dade County Department of Cultural Affairs, and the Cultural Affairs Council, the Miami-Dade County Mayor, and the Board of County Commissioners, and by the Friends of South Florida PBS.